Hello everybody, this is the second video in the HTML series. This video is going to actually sort of give you a better understanding on HTML. And today we're actually going to start writing some code, very little. Alright, so the first thing I just want to put out there is I will be teaching you the codes for a Windows machine. So if you don't have a Windows machine, get one. If you do have it, good for you. If you don't have a Windows machine, there are, like for instance, if you have Linux, there are some differences just in how you write the program. It's not really right how you save it, and you're not going to be able to use Notepad++. I'm pretty sure they don't make one for Linux, but anyway, otherwise you should be good. Now, the first thing, the main difference between a Linux machine and a Windows machine is one of them is case sensitive. Linux is case sensitive, so if you write something like when you're saving it, if you write like HTML, that's going to be different from .html. So it's going to be different. Why? Because Linux is case sensitive. Otherwise, if you go to Windows, both of those are the same, and it's going to choose to ignore them. We'll just write the script out. Now, so before we actually start anything, I'm going to teach you guys how to save. I'm going to teach you how to save the script, generally because it's the first thing you're supposed to learn. Yes, some people might argue, why didn't you get to the actual writing? It's because you have to know how to save it. It's very important. So when you go to open up Notepad, so you have the Notepad right here. You have a sheet of paper. You have your code. Most people just click File, Save. Now, there's a problem with that. It's because Notepad is supposed to write text. You can program with it, but its general purpose is text. So when you're going to save it that way, it's going to save .txt. What you want is .htm or .html. So you want one of these two in order to create your HTML script. Now, how do you do that? It's actually very simple. You go to File, so you have your script, you just go to File, Save As, and when you have your name of the where you insert the name, you can do one of the two for regular Notepad. You can do index, or you can do, I think, default. So let's just go with index. So you write index dot, this is the important part, you write .html. So you go to index.html, and then it's going to save an HTML file. Now, so now that we got how to save it taken care of, what do you actually write? How do you start up the command line for HTML? Now, HTML, what sort of I like about it is, one, it's not case sensitive. The actual code, not the saving process, just the actual code, it's not case sensitive. So if you have a capital H or a lowercase h, it's not going to do a difference. If you go to programming languages such as C#, those are totally two different commands, and one of them will cause your code to fail. So it's going to be bad. Your code will not compile. but this one in HTML it's perfectly fine because it's not case sensitive. Now, so how do you start up each command? Each command in HTML is going to be in one of these brackets, I guess, whatever you want to call them. Say less than sign, greater than sign. So each opening command is going to be in one of those, and each closing command is going to be a / and the command. So this, you just write the command. To close it, you just write /. So this would be open, this would be close. Now, so now that we know how to open and close, how do we actually start writing the actual code? So now that we've gotten that taken care of, each code in HTML begins with open exclamation mark, doc type, then HTML. And you close, and that's to open it, and to close it you, it's again, / doc type, and you just keep going, and you close it. That's how you open the the HTML script, and that's how you close it. Now that we got all of that sort of taken care of, what do you insert in here so text will appear? So if you want, it depends what you want. Some people, if you want a paragraph, if you want a title, if you want a header, each one is different. So the first thing we're going to learn is a command called title. So what title does, it basically, if you look at if you open up your browser, for instance, you go to Google, where the tab is, it's going to say Google and it's going to have an image next to it. I'm not going to teach you how to put in the image yet because that's going to be CSS and stuff like that. But I'm going to teach you how to write out a word or whatever up there. So once again, what I like about HTML, it's very simple. In order to put in the title, all you have to do is open it, title, and you say hello. And then you close it. Then you go to File, Save As, and save it default or index. Now, looking back at that, it depends if you have Notepad++ or not. Your options may vary. Notepad++, I'm not sure about regular Notepad, but I know in the old HTML, that's what the regular Notepad had. You could only save it at default or index. But I know Notepad++ for sure right now. You can save it under any name. So once again, you know this, and you have to save it. What it's going to basically look like is when you when you have the HTML script, you have your website right here. That's your page. You have it right there, and in the tab, it's just going to say hello. Now we're going to learn how to write in headers. So, for headers, we're just going to be learning how to, let's say, header 1, and then header 2, etc. So actually it's supposed to get smaller, but anyway. Headers just keep going. I think there's 5 main ones. So it's going to be header 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. What a header is, it's basically like the title of the page in a way. So if you go to a regular HTML script, you know how it's you know how it says the name of the website up top. For instance, if you're writing a book report, you know how you would have the title of the book report. Basically, it's not called title; it's called header here. So the header of the page, basically, it's very easy. Once again, it's just H1. That's the main header, and that's going to be the largest. And remember, to close it, you just do /H1 and H2, and it keeps H3, and then H4 and H5, and it just keeps going, so on and so forth. So basically these are the headers. There's H1, H2, H3, H4, and H5. These are basically the titles of the page. It's where the main writing of the page is located. Now that we gotten that taken care of, so how would the header look like? With the header, so you have to actually, the header is under a different part. The header is part of the body. So you have the title, and under it is going to be body. So under body, this is a different command, and you do use close body when you're finished with it. So under body, that's where you put in the header. So in the body of the page, you're just going to write H1, and you're just going to say, "What's up?" And then you just close it, /H1. And that's basically how you do the header of the page. Alright. Now, so what you know so far is how to open it. So HTML start, and then /HTML to close. Then you know how to put in the title. So in the name of the tab, you know how to put the words up there. So it's going to be title open, and then /, which is close title. And you know body. So that's the main portion of the HTML script. The next thing I'm going to show you is paragraph. Now paragraph is open P, and it's also going to be under body. So paragraph is going to be open P and then close P. So in order to put in a paragraph, so you do the open and you say this is a paragraph. So you write this is a paragraph and you close it, and that's what's going to happen. So open P, it's going to open up the paragraph, you have your content, and then close P, close the paragraph. Alright, now that we know this far, let's go back to a computer, and I'm going to show you guys what it's going to look like. Once again, I'll be using Notepad++. You can use Notepad, regular Notepad, and it's going to work perfectly. Either way, you can use any text editing software, so you don't have to be forced to Notepad. All you have to do is save it .htm or .html. All right, thanks.